All right. Excelsior Phase One, Lysandia by Daniel Burke and Matthew Engel. So, I feel a bit disingenuous with the why can't I? There we go. With the no hints sign up there, but because I've taken a couple of hints from the manual or the hint book now. Okay, so anyway, last time we got the start of, wow, look at all these guys, a new quest, or a new set of quests. And the first quest was to get a crystal jar, which we did. There was a delightful moment where we had a mechanical cockatiel that we sent to grab the jar across a void. In a place where magic wouldn't work for some reason. I think it's Whittle... What is the name of this place? Wickmeyer. Wickmeyer has a stable. I'll take another horse to have around. Now, who's this guy? Okay, so this is like a bookshop. Byron's Bindery. But this was not... I wonder what would happen if you took the soggy book to Byron's Bindery. Because there's a different guy who's the expert. And we took it to him instead. Anyway, so... yeah, I've got a quest to find 3 items, I guess. I don't know why. The plan wasn't really shared with us, just I was told to do these things. So we got the glistening elixir. Actually, I guess 4 items then. A crystal jar. Now we're looking for a gem, and we don't know what the 4th item is going to be. Anyway, I have to go south to Burrows to find someone named Zoshiro. I always have to remember where I left my boat. I left my boat near Excelsior. These guys trapped in the forest. How silly of them. I don't really need to fight any monsters anymore. Because I'm max level, so I don't get any experience for anything. Burrows is past Keep Flare? Oh, it is. Okay. Which, I'm kind of annoyed about that, because, like... battling monsters is still... somewhat annoying. Like, at this point, it's just, like, the battles aren't interesting in any way. There's no... they just make it take longer to get places. They're not difficult or a threat, except when you get chain put to sleep by a wizard. Is this Soshiro? Okay, this is the man that I needed to find to help me with the gemstones. You want to know how to find the 2 eye stones. There are 2 people must find. One's a friar. I know who that is. Who's committed not an evil act in his life. He's in the royal keep, yeah. Oh, he even tells me where he is. The other's named Fevez. He's not ever make an effort to be good. He's in Davenhoven. That's a wizard. I've met him as well. Good luck to you. Okay, thank you. So here's a question. Have you found the friar and that evil mage yet? Am I supposed to kill them? Now, he said I need to sacrifice them. Is that what I'm meant to do? To kill them? Okay, Davenhoven and the Royal Keep. Those are best accessed by sea, so I'll just travel back north. Let's just make a pile of food while these monkey things approach me. Or is that a long tail? What is that, anyway? It looks like a humanoid, but with like one really long arm. You know? I don't know. So it seems that items that I leave out in the world disappear slowly, which makes me worried about leaving the skull out here. I guess it's probably only like things that are dropped from fighting. And presumably, like, important items would not do this. So at this point, like, yeah, like, I don't need any items. I feel like I've got the best equipment. Hey, a gold dragon. I haven't seen one of those in the wild yet. Doesn't seem tougher than a white dragon. Seems about the same. No, I don't need to autosave. Just need to get back to my ship. I'll heal. I'll continue with the... Yeah, like if you can scroll a monster off, they seem to stop pursuing you. But if I went back down there, they would find me. Okay. So the Royal Keep is just over here. There goes another annoying dragon. All right. So the friar is over here. Oh, Tawija's here. And you brought treats. That's very nice. Hello, Tawija. How'd things go with the dig? Did you finish the dig? I feel like I'm very close to finishing Excelsior Phase One, so I felt like coming back to it. Hi there, Son of Elm. Useful title. You were digging it? So, I've reached a point where I might have to do human sacrifice. There's this friar here. Previously we tried talking to him, and he said that he didn't want to talk to me. He wanted to avoid any outside influence in his life. So I guess he represents like pure good, and I think I'm supposed to kill him. So let's see what happens. Please do not speak to me. News of the outside world can have an evil influence on those devoted to the good. You explain your need for the eye stone to the friar, who contemplates momentarily. Perhaps indeed we can be of use to one another. It's my life's calling to die before committing a single act of evil, and obviously the longer I live, the more difficult this becomes. Therefore, in a way, I wish to die now, though there's only one purely good and ethical way for me to allow this to happen. Only a sacrificial dagger dipped in holy water can strike me down in this way. Cannot be by my own hand, of course, but if I allow the hand of another to commit the act, my life's calling will be complete, and my soul will be assured salvation in the afterlife. As a result, the eye stone you speak of will be left in my place. So we kill him with a dagger that's dipped in holy water. I actually know where to find holy water, I think. Do I? Where was the holy water? It was in one of the dungeons. As a result, the eye stone you speak of will be left in my place. As a gesture of goodwill toward you, I bequeath the stone to be yours after I am free. Does this satisfy you? Oh, he gives us the dagger. A priest in a dungeon. Yeah, I remember the priest, but I didn't write down where they were. Have to do human sacrifice. I don't know. I wasn't expecting this. This is the quest. I'm not sure I'm in favor of this, but okay, there's a priest in a dungeon. Which dungeon was it? Is it Draxen? Is it Davenhoven? No, Davenhoven's where the other guy needed... Where was he? Where was the holy water? So he gave me a dagger? Sacrificial dagger. Okay, so it's in my special item, so I can't be tempted to use it. What does he say? I feel that you've not yet found the holy water. He's correct in that. Okay. So that's another thing I have to find. I have to find the holy water. I don't think it would be Dungeon Draxen, because that's full of swamp water. I do remember seeing it, but I did not write it down. I did not take a note. Anyway. Oops. We'll get on our ship. Deal with that dragon and be on. Hi there, Nevik Link. Did I miss anyone else? Looks like everybody, I think. I hope. Well, we'll go west. Here's a bunch of monsters that are waving to me. Oops. Who shot me? There was a horse out there that I had left there from earlier. This dragon's gonna chase me. Oh, I outran it. It's nice when I don't have to fight them. Okay, here comes a sea worm. There's some zombies here. Okay, so I think I'm getting really close to Davenhoven. I don't think there's holy water in Davenhoven, but where else would it be? Well, I mean, I could take a look here while I'm here. Anyway, it's sort of a strange part of the game where, okay, like my level's maxed out. I can't actually get more powerful. I feel like I have the best items I can have. And battles have never, well, except at the very start of the game, battles were difficult, but they quickly became undifficult. So now they're just kind of in the way. Like my character's basically invincible. Where was the holy water? Was it in a tower? Maybe it was in Keep Flare. Or what was in the 7th keep? Oh, I don't remember. So this is where the glass blower lives, but I don't think they have holy water. They just have regular water. Hello again. Well, anyway, so the other half of the quest is to find an evil person and sacrifice them. And the evil person is this wizard. I don't know why we've had to choose two particular people from this world. It seems very arbitrary. Like when I found this wizard before, it just seemed that, you know, they didn't really care that I broke into their home and stole their scroll of the most deadly magic in the land. So, I don't know. Like, he was dismissive, but I had broken into his home, so I don't see any fault there. You announced to him that you wish to strike a deal. You explain your need to vanquish him in order to obtain a gem of pure evil. I will agree to this only if you perform a deed for me. All my life I've committed myself to the task of destroying the Order of the Crescent. As my final attack, I want to kill their leader, Lady Jasmine. I charge you to perform this act. If you succeed, I'll allow you to slay me to release the gemstone. Now, why wouldn't I just kill him? Hang on. I'm just gonna kill him. Oh. So it has to be a willing sacrifice? Is this the... is this why this didn't work? He just dropped gold. I need a gemstone. Oops, that's not what I need. So... I don't know. I'm not happy about this quest. I don't want to be murdering people. Only murdering monsters and bandits. That's what we're supposed to be here for. Oh, I hate the sorcerers. And murdering sorcerers. Murder all the sorcerers. What I don't like about the sorcerers in this game is that they sometimes put me to sleep, and I will sleep for a random number of turns. And that random number could be enough turns for them to kill me. Because somehow I sleep through their attacks. Their many, many attacks. Creatures that attack me at a distance are annoying. So I wish I could gain a level and, like, have monsters fear me or something. That would be nice, but this game doesn't do that. Like, if they would just run away, it'd be so much better. Because I don't gain experience anymore. Alright, so we head back to... This is Castle Excelsior here. They just won't stop coming. Let me just talk to my horse here. Okay. Oh, there's that dragon I left behind before. It's still here, of course. I'm kind of amazed at that, this game, like, it just keeps track of so much. Like, anything you leave anywhere, any monster that was spawned and was chasing you will just be there forever until you kill it. Let's get rid of these dragons. Alright. So... I don't know, we can go in here. Yes, this is the duck pond full of crazed ducks. Oh, hey, I didn't get whatever that spell is, eh? Why didn't I? Maybe I'll pick it up while I'm here. So what's this scroll? DA spell. What's the DA spell? Cavater's Disappearing Act. Oh, yes. Okay. That allows me to turn invisible. So I actually have a spell that's, like, kind of specifically designed for getting rid of ducks, but I don't want to cast it. I like the ducks. They can do their thing. Now this dragon attacked me, so I'm gonna attack it back. So the question was, where's the holy water? There is a place with holy water. I don't think this is it. No, this is just, this is the chemist's house. So, this was a puzzle floor. I had to answer a riddle. I don't think there was holy water on this floor. But I will wander around a little bit just to check. No, it doesn't look like it. That wizard had it coming. No, I don't want to autosave. I'm still not sure I've ever Found the autosave feature useful. Oh wait, did I come in this way? I don't think I did. So there's like a woman, here she is. Okay. So I'm supposed to murder her? I've been faring much better. I mustn't get used to talking. So he wanted me to murder Lady Jasmine. I lose the Order of the Crescent. I don't like what I've become. So let's create a new timeline here. I'm now the murderer. But where was the holy water? That is the question. Was it in Keep Flare? What have we got? We've got the Royal Keep. I don't think it's there. Keep Flare. It could be in Ntungo. Might be on Ntungo. That seems like the most likely place. So that's on an island off the west coast of the place. So I'll just leave these spoils here, and I guess I can go back to Davenhoven now and tell him that I murdered the Order of the Crescent leader on his behalf. But why would he honor that if he's truly evil? I feel like that was a trick. But I tried just killing him, and that didn't work. Sometimes I don't understand the logic of this game. Sometimes it makes sense. Like one of the times I didn't understand the logic was I had to get some sand from a sandbar, and they told me exactly where to go when I went there, but you can't do anything. You need a shovel. You have to pick up the sand with a shovel. If you don't have a shovel, you can't pick up sand. And that one doesn't make very much sense to me. I feel like you can pick up sand with nearly anything. Yeah, so do I want to just... Do I want to walk through this dungeon? Oh, there's the exit. Okay. I do have a spell which can zip me through the dungeon faster, but... Did my alignment change? No, my alignment's pretty much like it's still above neutral in the slight good section. You'd think murdering a person who was not hostile would be a shift toward evil. I think the holy water's in the dungeon of Ntungo. I gotta check that out. Wait, was it Davenhoven? This is where the... Oh, I have to go around, don't I? Well. finally go down. See, like, why would this guy agree to be sacrificed? That's what I don't understand. Excellent. My goal has been realized. In accordance with our deal, I shall allow you to slay me. He stands with his arms apart, and you quickly deal a death blow. Vivez implodes and leaves behind a black eye stone. Oh, you went rainbow. That was interesting. Well, I've got the eye stone. What kind of... Oh, it's just a magic wand. I could take a yellow potion if I wanted. That's so weird. Like, why? I don't know. I don't understand. Why do we suddenly have to sacrifice people to make gemstones? This is very, very strange. And why did the evil guy allow himself to be sacrificed? I guess his spite for... Like, it seemed like he had armor. Or, not armor. Honor. He's lawful evil. He made a deal. And he's gonna stand by it. Whereas the friar seems more like true neutral. He doesn't seem like he's doing any good. He's a recluse. He's trying to avoid doing bad or good. Where am I now? Okay. I think this is like the bay where the monster island is. If I just keep going south, I should find... This is... No, this is the island where Intungo is, so I think we can check it out. How many keys do I have? I have 709 keys. So many keys. Let's create some food. Oh, also heal. Alright. So the question is, in this dungeon, is there holy water? Because I forgot to write down which dungeon had holy water. Tends not to be anything on first floors. Okay, this place... I don't think there's anything on this floor because this was just like a puzzle floor. So this is the resistance base. Oh, I tell him about the crystal jar. You must pursue the gem of severance. Speak with Nargausius on this issue if you've not already done so. I did speak with him. He was the one that told me to seek out Soshiro, who told me about the two people that I needed to sacrifice. Or actually Nargausius told me that, but Soshiro knew the two people, like he's some sort of arbiter of who are the most evil and most good people in the world or something. It's very odd. Very odd. Okay, yeah, this is not a place of holy water. Which, makes me wonder where else I can go. I can go to Dungeon Draxen. It could be in Dungeon Draxen, but it's either Dungeon Draxen or Keep Flare. I can't think of anywhere else it would be. Because it's not the Royal Keep. It's not the 7th Keep. Right? What was in the 7th Keep? I think I already went there. That's where I killed Janelle, right? So it could be Keep Flare or it could be Dungeon Draxen. I don't know which of those two. Or it could be the Forgotten Pits. I don't really want to go into Dungeon Draxen. It is a dreary place, but there it is right there. It's kind of annoying to get to even, because you have to approach from the river. There's mountains that kind of surround it on all sides. But I don't think... Was it Dungeon Draxen? I don't think it was, but maybe it was. You have to try not to put yourself at a diagonal angle to dragons or archers, because they tend to do projectile attacks at you, which are annoying. Okay, there's Owen Field. Yeah, so if I'm going to Dungeon Draxen, I might as well go to Keep Flare first. And Draxen is a very, very dreary dungeon, so I don't really want to go back there. And I expect it's the end point of this quest, like where you use the 2 gemstones that I'm trying to get. Because there was a giant skull there with a counter on which to place things. So it seemed like I could probably do that with the 2 gemstones. I don't know. It would explain why there's a giant skull there. Or they said it was like a giant statue of a god, I think they described it. It looked like a skull when I found it. I don't know. Okay, where are we going here? There we are. There's Farbro. I should heal up. Maybe give myself some more food. Alright. So, up from here... kind of an annoying path to reach. It's a banshee. Okay, them I like killing just because of the funny noise they make. I still don't understand why I couldn't just kill the evil guy. And why he would agree to be killed after I did something for him. Like, what? How is that evil? Well, I don't know. I guess I said he must be very lawfully evil. So that's hollow. And just over here is Keep Flare. Keep Flare is not far from the last, and up that, so here's Keep Flare. Interestingly, the base of the tower is not solid, but the top of the tower is solid, so you can't stand on it and try and enter Keep Flare from the top somehow. It's so weirdly sideways. I guess it's not a dungeon because it's a tower. I guess a dungeon could be in a tower. Now this floor was a puzzle floor, but I mean it could have stuff on it. I don't think so though. I don't think this is where the holy water was. And oh yeah, it could be on the next floor. So this is a bunch of elves who I liberated, and on the next floor there's like a... I'm just gonna go up there. This is where a sorceress lived? So I killed the sorceress to free the elves. But I don't think this is where the holy water was. It must have been in Dungeon Draxen. I don't want to go to Draxen. That's the only place left. Okay. So, we get on our horse. We gotta march up this river here. And the mountains get thick. Yeah, see, they're impenetrable once you get to here. So even though I could see that from the side, I would have had to... I guess you don't have to walk too far. Like, it looks like you can get from there. So I could have got in there. There's a trek. But I had never gone that route before, so I didn't know. Okay, but this doesn't seem the right place for there to be holy water. Especially because I think it's the conclusion of my quest. So it'd be making me come back here? Like, the thing is, this place is full of... oops. So, I just wanted to go through the dungeon backwards, because the last floor is where the... See, this dungeon's really annoying to navigate. And I don't know. I don't feel like I'm in the right place. So, I know I saw holy water, but I didn't write down where it was. Unless it was like in a hut somewhere. I think I'm going to look at the hint guide for this one because I found it. I just don't know. If it's in a town, there's like so many towns to check. It's hard to rule them out. Holy water. A priest. Forgotten pits. Did I not go to the Forgotten Pits? Oh, I forgot I hadn't gone to the it is the Forgotten Pits. Okay. So what's the quickest way to the Forgotten Pits from here? Yeah. I think we're going back to the boat. So yeah, like this stage of the game, like battles aren't interesting and it's a lot of trekking around the world. A teleport spell would be really welcome about now, but this game does not seem to have such a thing. I mean, it has a teleport spell, but it doesn't do anything useful. It teleports to one location in particular, and you'll leave your boat behind or your horse behind if you use it. And you have to set up that location in advance by placing an item on it, so I don't know. But if I had a teleport spell that could just go to like any town that I've already visited, at this point it would be really welcome, because the wandering isn't particularly exciting. If the battles were threatening, or if I could still be leveling for, you know, to become super powerful, or if I could level myself so much that animals would run away, that would be neat. I don't know. But as it stands, I'm just kind of too powerful for battles to seem to have any interest or threat. Okay, so to get to the Forgotten Pits, I've got to go around here. It's kind of a long way around the coast. I don't know if it would have been faster to go on horseback. It might have been, actually. But after I get there, I have to go back to Davenhoven? No, I have to go back to the Royal Keep, which I might as well have the ship for anyway. So, better to go by ship. And then I'll have to go to Draxen, but I found out that I could reach Draxen from the shore, so at least that'll be faster. Because I saw Draxen somewhere around here, I think. Maybe? Maybe. It's a long way around. Okay, there's the Castle Griswold. And here's Owenfield. Well, there it is. You couldn't see the castle, but it's there, if you believe me. So I had forgotten that the Forgotten Pits contained the holy water. I guess that's appropriate. So I think you can find Draxen. Okay, so that's hollow, right? So Draxen is... There it is. Okay, so it's really close to hollow. I can find it on the interior of this big bay on the west side. And at the north side of the bay, I should be approaching the Forgotten Pits. There will be like a mountain range as I get close. Where am I going? Why do the dragons grunt like that? It's a very undragon-like sound. Okay, the Forgotten Pits are right around here somewhere. At least I think they are. I think you can see it from the boat, maybe. There it is. All right. Okay, so... Forgotten Pits. Are there no monsters? Oh, there's a dragon, so I guess there are monsters on this floor. Okay, so it's this floor that looks okay, so it looks a lot like the floor, the third floor in Davenhoven as well. There it is, there's the holy water. Supposedly there's chromatic dragons. Maybe they're in the final keep. Okay. The priest looks up at you. I am afraid that I can only give my holy water to members of the... Order of the Crescent. Wow. Wow. We have to do this in order. Okay. So, there is restoring my save before I murdered her. Okay, so this game definitely allows you to soft lock yourself. That is interesting. That is extremely interesting at this point. This deep in the game. You can soft lock yourself. I thought that ever since I got the... I have this invincibility potion, but I don't know when I'm supposed to drink it. And I could just drink it. And it seems like a bad idea to drink it now, because I think it'll wear off. I haven't really tested that. I mean, if I'm losing out on being invincible for the rest of the game, that's probably a disappointment, but I think it's supposed to wear off. So I cannot outrun a wyvern. Oh. I got a sleep spell from a wizard here. Yeah. Don't like being put to sleep by wizards. Okay, so let's go back to the Forgotten Pits. Do the holy water thing. So we gotta do the friar's quest before we do the other quests, because we have to be in of the order. I mean, at least like the stuff that we do that would soft lock you is fairly obvious. I'm just glad I managed to take a I did take a save quite intentionally before, but I wasn't actually expecting to have to roll it back. I just did it because the human sacrifice quest makes me feel uneasy about a lot of things about this game all of a sudden. I do not like it. Oops. Okay. Go away, zombie. Okay. The priest is somewhat annoyed. When he sees the crescent on your hand, his gaze softens. I see you're a proud member of the Order of Crescent. For years, I have been supplying the Order with holy water. Why didn't I write this down? I remember... Ah. He smiles. You explain to him your need to bless the dagger by dipping it in holy water. He smiles, takes the dagger from you, says a short prayer. He sprinkles some holy water on the blade as he continues the ritual. Finally, he stops and hands the dagger back to you. So I now have a blessed dagger. Please, I must meditate. I want to look at the holy water. Yeah, so that priest told me about their holy water. What's this sign? Oh. Alright. So now we can go back to... we can go to the 7th keep. Oh, there are more dragons. Always more dragons. The wyvern following me almost seems like a good idea because it blocks shots that are directly behind. But now it's... Why can't I attack? Oh, I'm pressing the wrong key. All right. There. So I just have to keep a worm behind me to protect me from the dragon. Why is the worm so much faster than the dragon? That's interesting. I don't like the wizard. I should heal. Alright. How much further? I don't know. It is like every step of these quests has been across the world. Like, everything you need to do is a trip around the world. Which is like, I don't know, feels like 5 minutes each time. And it just feels so irritating when something hits you with a ranged attack, because you just can't cross their line of sight without getting hit. And it's not the getting hit, it's the having to wait for the attack. That's the annoying part. Because the hit is like a very small amount of damage. Cool. But the time is all you have. Okay. So, I see you've prepared the dagger. I'm ready. He bows his head and assumes a passive stance. You wield the dagger high in the air. In one swift blow, you strike him down. There we go. We get the eye stone. Feel kind of guilty about that one. So, we can go back to murderer save, I guess. I guess I can just teleport out of here. Okay. So, now that we've finished the last thing we needed to be a member of the Order for, we can destroy the Order, which will magically remove the mark of the Order from my hand, I guess. It seems like the easy thing would be to kill King Valkyrie, but since he's like the problem with the land, where am I going? I should be going here. There we go. Valkyrie's the problem with this land. Like some being has taken him over. I don't want to fight these ducks. I like the ducks. Okay, so what floor am I looking for? I think it's really the 4th floor, isn't it? Yeah. Well, there we go. The Order of the Crescent emblem vanishes from your palm. Now, you might be able to say, she was only alive because I managed to bring her food. But I don't like that we had to kill her. So, murderer. Murderer timeline resumes. Murderer 6. Okay. So now we have to go to Davenhoven, where the evil but very lawful mage is, I guess. And I hate you, Archer. Okay, at least Davenhoven's not super far. It's only like 1/10 of the way around the world. If I could just cast a spell that made dragons go away for a while, I would cast it constantly. Because then I could just kind of flow through the world for the most part. It's really just the dragons. The sorcerers are also a problem, but... Hang on, is this where Davenhoven is? Like, this is its mountain range. Where's Davenhoven? There it is. Okay. So many monsters here to greet me. All right. Oops. You have to go. You have to go down. I cast the spell to go up. Is this the floor he's on? No. He's on this floor, I think. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. My goal has been realized. I shall allow you to slay me. And so we do that. And we get the eye stone. Okay. So... where do I want to go next? I kind of want to talk to the geologist about the stones that I found to see if he tells me, but I know I have to go to Draxen. Draxen's kind of... I don't know, Woodshade's not exactly on the way, but it's on the way-ish, maybe? Oh, I was at full health. Pump up my food a bit. No, I don't... the autosave is never... Maybe I should have turned it off. I don't know. It never feels helpful. Okay, so can I see Woodshade from... I'm pretty sure Woodshade's on the other side of these mountains. So I'll go down a bit. It just feels miserable to try and travel with all these dragons attacking you. Okay, there's the Forgotten Pits. Or no, that's not the Forgotten Pits yet, but... Actually, this area is very close to Woodshade, isn't it? Why did the geologist not want to talk about the saturnium rock that I found? What is the saturnium rock for? How do I get through these mountains? There, looks like I can get through there. But I don't want to forget where I put my ship. While I'm headed to Woodshade here. Pretty sure Woodshade is just north of here. Oh, this is Castle Infinitum. So Woodshade... I don't know, is it through the mountains? This has to go to Woodshade. Yeah, maybe? Yeah. Okay, where's the geologist? Are you the geologist? Are you the geologist? Got all their spells now. Oh, so many. Have you found Jad Merlings yet? Yes, I have. He taught me to play music. It's actually pretty rad. Is this the geologist? This bard-looking fellow? No. Is this the geologist? Green is the color of the quick and sly, I see. Who's the geologist? There's a master blacksmith who can forge delicate items. Yes, we dealt with that guy. Where the heck was the geologist? I don't think it's anyone in here. Shoban Rundledrum. Weather control spells. I should write that down, because that might come up. I don't know. Weather. Rundledrum. I don't know why a few people in this game have, like, last names, but... I'm gonna leave town and then come back in. This is Roaldia. I'm not in the right town. That's my problem. So my mistake was going through these mountains, I think. How do I get to Woodshade from here? It's probably on the other side of this river. Oh, who knows? Oh, now I'm... crossing more rivers. I need to find the path. This is it. This goes to Woodshade, I think. Okay, Woodshade was more internal than I thought it was. Okay, that's why I couldn't find the stupid geologists. They weren't in this town. In that town, I mean, they're in this town. Look at this sword. Is it not beautiful? Yeah, they talk about how Aramel comes from Keep Forge. Have you run across Soshiro? Yes. Soshiro was in... Burrows. Where am I going? So... I left my boat in a really annoying spot, which I wish I hadn't done. So it was a long way to get here. Stupid dragon. Multiple dragons. Still multiple dragons. Okay. I just want to get back to my boat. Okay. Okay. No. It's like I should turn off autosave. I don't know why I haven't yet. I have some belief that it's going to save me from something at some point, and it really won't. My greed says take the keys. Okay. Okay, so that seems to complete the everything to do with the geologist. So what are we ever going to do with the Saturnian rock? Okay, so we have the eye stones. We really have to go to Draxen. Which is over to the east here. I'm gonna make some more food. Back up to 900. So Draxen, as I recall, I could see, yeah, there it is there. So, we could walk into Draxen from here, I think. But I want to go to Burrows to see Soshiro first, because I want to get instructions about how to how to use the two eye stones before I go all the way down into Draxen. Because I'm certain Draxen's where they will need to be placed, but I just don't know. If I might need to actually talk to him to find this out. Wait, this is Embuscule? I'm confused about where Burrows is. That's Barinthia. Okay. Oh, sleep spell. I might die. Okay, I'm fine. So to get to Barinthia, there's a point where this yeah, this path branches up and then it will branch east into a swampy area. And Barinthia is on a little island, I think. It's one of the more annoying cities to get to. Yeah, here's the path here. Ugh. I just want to see if they have a stable in here. If they do, I'll buy a horse. Nope, this is not a town with a stable. Okay. What is this town anyway? Oh, is that Hollow? That is Hollow. I really should have taken my boat to Hollow. That would have been, in retrospect, a sensible place for the boat, because it's easy to find. Okay, Barinthia's down here. Oh, I'm poisoned. Oh well. Okay, let's talk to Zoshiro. Hi there, Shinjin Meng. Engine that edits character sets on the fly. Oh. Well, doesn't ZZT do that? Aren't there a bunch of isn't that a feature of ZZT, ZZT? Or maybe it's not, I don't know. I haven't actually ever used it. Okay, what does Soshiro say? You friend the... Okay, so no. Doesn't say anything about it. So I left. Oh, Megazoo. So wait, is ZZT, is that a single game? Oh, okay. I've got my boat. Thank you. So I'm gonna leave my boat by hollow just because that's gonna be easier to remember. All right, Murderer 6. So is ZZT a single game? I thought it was like an engine. Okay. And Megazoo, is that also an engine, or? Okay. So I'm just gonna... Can't go any deeper. So we're in the deepest level of Dungeon Draxen. We're gonna get poisoned a bit. We're gonna have to swim across. Things. But I have already cleared the path through this place, so it's not... I could leave myself stranded if I don't come back the way I came. Okay, we're on the boat. There's a maze. A lengthy maze. So I was disappointed that Soshiro didn't have any instructions about how to use the gems, and neither did the geologist. It's possible that the Sebastian, the resistance leader, would, but all he told me was to find the geologist and that I needed a gem. It was Soshiro that... No, it was the geologist that told me I needed to find a statue of a god and place these gems in it. There it is. I mean, that has to be the thing he was talking about. At least I think it has to be. Like, it's the only thing in the world that fits the bill, I think. Alright, so... I see a counter. I can't talk. I can use the eye stone. You throw the good eye stone into the eye socket on the evil side of the statue. I throw it, and the statue emits a low groaning noise. Super ZZT, okay. I throw the evil eye stone onto the eye socket on the good side of the statue. The statue emits a low groaning noise. With both stones now in their place, the room begins to shake. The two stones sink into the depths of the statue, upon which the shaking gets more violent. Suddenly, there is a flash and a thunderous boom. You are thrown to the ground by an unseen force. When you regain your senses, you notice that the gem of severance is sitting on the table in front of you. Okay, so the statue did a little angry look for a moment. So I now have the gem of severance. Okay, well, I'm going to save. What happens if I use this thing? Not here. There's no use for the crystal jar here. Okay, so if I ever want to come back to this spot, I would need to use these boats. I guess technically I could do it by swimming. I think that's reachable by swimming. I think I have enough hit points to survive that, maybe. Oh, but the maze I would never survive. So if I exited this dungeon now with a spell, I would be leaving these boats in a place I can't reach them, and there's no way I could get through this maze without a boat. So that could be a soft lock. Would the game let me? I don't know. Probably, though. And the thing is, if you don't come here before you need to, then it's less of a problem, because if I left now, it'd be fine. I can put the boat on a door. That's interesting. Anyway, I think I've put all the boats back in their place, but I want to see the path to the end first. Okay. So I'm just going to leave. Okay. So that's accomplished. I can head back to Hollow, where I will pick up my boat and return to the Resistance. All right. So I'm like, I was vaguely aware of Megazoo and ZZT. I'm not sure if I played. I must have played something, but there were like little games that either very short games I think I played with it, or like nothing that took very long. But I don't have any particular memories of games. It's kind of vague. Let's give ourselves some. Yeah. You would just do bitmap graphics. Well, the thing is, like, if you use tile sets, I mean, the graphics end up looking like this. Like, you're limited to just, for each area, I forget what the size of the thing is. Is it like 9 by 16 or something like that? You only have 2 colors, and one of them has to be a dark color, right? So that's really limiting in the graphics that you can make. And when you have available to yourself 640 by 480 16 color on VGA, why wouldn't you use that instead of this mode? I think is the question. This thing lets you update more of the screen fast. If you wanted to do a thing that animated quickly, like faster than you could animate 640 by 480 with a slow CPU and the slow ISA speed, but I don't know, this game doesn't live up to that. This is not a fast responsive game, so I don't know. Yeah, there's not really much reason to do this other than maybe it's either fun or easy to program. I would say more fun than easy, exactly, probably. Excellent, you've done well. The gem of severance and the crystal jar are both vital to our mission. I don't know what the mission is, really. A secret message was passed back and forth from me to the prince and back to Sebastian. Your bravery's been an inspiration to all of us, but one final task lies ahead. You must retrieve the banishment sword, an item about which Aldno knows a fair amount. Speak to him for details. Okay, Aldno. You've not found the sword. So someone in the world already said that in the tower of, or the keep of Ironthread, there's a powerful sword, I think. But I don't know how to get in there. Maybe Aldno will know. Oh, that's Ambera. It's good to see you again. Who's Aldno? Is this Aldno? Ah, that's Aldno. So Sebastian told you of the sword, did he? The sword is hidden high within Ironthread and will be a great challenge to retrieve. Indeed, it will take time. But even before you face that obstacle, you must discover the way into Ironthread itself. Few have ventured into its musty quarters, and a very secret password is needed to enter the structure. I know not what the password is, and in fact only Valkyrie himself knows the complete word. Obviously he will not help in this regard. Each noble, though, has been entrusted with half the password. With luck, each noble might impart to you his half of the secret. Okay. So that means go to the 2 castles. I can tell you no more. Speak to the nobles. I think that means go to the 2 castles. Speak to the king of each castle. Okay. Okay. I will need a short break. I'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes. Okay. Okay. So we go to this is we go to the 2 castles, then we go to the keep. Where did I leave my book? Down here somewhere. Refill our food a bit. All right, so which one do we want to go first? I think we want to go to Infinitum first. I don't know. My bearings are not so good as to where that is, though. So maybe I'll go to the other one first. Castle Griswold. Oh, that's actually really close, so it's good that I went to it first. Okay. Alright. So there should be a noble in this castle. I was confused what a noble was for a second, but then I realized I had looked at Lord Valkyrie and it said, you see a noble. So I know what a noble looks like. They look like a gold person wearing a cape. The noble speaks freely to you, so you seek the password to enter Ironthread. Ha! Never will I impart such knowledge to you. Sir Rodagarn takes a furtive glance around. Then quietly he continues. There's a man nearby. He is Pefli, a minion of King Valkyrie sent here to keep a watchful eye on me, so I must be careful of what I say. This was ordered just recently, and I know not why the king is suddenly so suspicious of all I do. I've always been universally praised by the people. In fact, years ago, the king did entrust part of the password you speak of to me. Valkyrie has done little of late to garner our trust, though. I will tell you my part of the password, but first perhaps you can do me a favor. King Valkyrie, in an attempt to limit my powers, has confiscated a magical listening apparatus which allows us to understand monster speak. The object is the Miracle Ear, and Pefli guards it carefully. It is vital to the trade and commerce between us and Grethel, but Pefli will not relinquish it to me. Perhaps you can be more persuasive. Take back what rightfully belongs to me. I fear Pefli may have heard some of what I said. Begone, you pitiful little swine. Under no circumstances will I allow my royal medic to cure your dying mother of her ailments. Rodagarn says with a discreet wink. You walk away. So is that Pefli there? Pefli squints. I have the miracle you speak of, but I will certainly not relinquish it, for you remind me of an altogether seedy character known as Nelver, who lives in Barinthia. Do I have to go to Barinthia? Can't I just, like, murder you? I guess it would be... I don't know. what's... I've already murdered someone for, you know, like... But I have a feeling... Hi there, Adventure Josh. Like, I can just attack... No, because he won't drop the thing. He just drops some gold. Oh, the gold glitters. I don't think I'd noticed that until now. And now the guards are after me, I guess. But it's like my dexterity is so high the guards can't hit me. So the thing is, this game does not have, like, alternate solutions for things. Like, I took care of Pefli, but this guy needs the Miracle Ear. Okay, so murdering Pefli, not the solution. Maybe this guard will move and I can leave. Thank you. Okay. So I have to go to Barinthia again. Or not again. Well, Barinthia is not too far. Though I could really use a horse for this trip. Maybe there's a horse in Owenfield. Let's see. No, there's a graveyard. Yep, Ultima has been mentioned a lot during this playthrough. It is very Ultima inspired. I don't know exactly which Ultima games had been played by its author, but clearly some of them. And actually, like the sequel, Excelsior Phase 2, it has that kind of... It's graphical, and it has that diagonal perspective of the later Ultima games. I'm not turning autosave off out of spite. I don't know, spite for what? Spite for myself? I don't know. Anyway, so I have to find Nelver, I guess. All he said was that I remind him of this guy from Burroughs. There was someone who told me that Pefley had replaced him. And it might have been Nelver. Okay, it's not you. That's a lady, so... What did she say? Landlocked. Oh yeah, she taught me how to use a ship, I think. Nelver greets you. So you want to know more about Pefley? I never met the fellow myself, but Nen in Randaway was good friends with him until he was hired by the King. Nen in Randaway. I have to go all the way to Randaway because this guy in... Like, this quest makes no sense. Like, the guy... The king of that region asked me to intimidate Pefley into giving him back the listening device, magical listening device, which lets them trade with the monster creatures. I can't intimidate him, but he reminds me of... Like, I can't murder him and just take it, but apparently I remind him of this guy in this town. This town says he's never met him, but knows someone who knew him. Like, why? How is that connection? That connection doesn't make any sense. And this also means, like, I have to travel across the entire map to go and check that out. So... once again, we crossed the entire map several times. I was liking this game a lot for a while, but it's just... There's so much trekking across the land. And the battles just feel insulting because they're not... You're too powerful for them to do anything except waste your time. It has become exhausting at this point. But the thing is, like, the moments where stuff happens are really neat. Like, there are some really neat things in this game. It's just, after the first, like, third of it, there's just no need to... Like, I literally can't gain experience anymore. I've reached the maximum level. So, like, fighting enemies doesn't do any benefit for me. Okay, so I'm headed to Randaway. I guess I should go there first. It's just like there's so many... This quest in particular... This is the first quest that I thought didn't make any sense at all. I was a little annoyed earlier because I had to use a shovel to pick up sand. You can't pick up sand with your hands or anything else. You need a shovel. Can we fire a broadside? Maybe. We have a catapult. So we can use that. So way out in the sea, I've gone too far. Oh, I thought I could see the island that I'm seeking from the edge of the map. Okay, well here's the island. Yeah, so, you know, I can attack enemies with the catapult. It does less damage than my sword. I think this is the closest approach to the town. Okay, so we have to find someone named Nen. Oh, that's Whipful. He already told me how to decode this thing. This I did earlier. It was a weird substitution scheme. But if you need to have it explained again, you have to pay him $5,000 again. A fabulous weapon rests somewhere in Davenhoven. A fabulous weapon. Oh, because I think that's where I found the double crossbow, but I'm not an archer, so it's not I have this Avenger sword, which is much better for me, anyway. Are you Nen? No, it's a thief. Who am I looking for? If I recall, this sorcerer is... yeah, just a regular sorcerer, not a special... So, like, most characters in the game are... that one has special dialogue, but most of them, like, if you look at them, if you see a sorcerer, sorcerers are always in red robes. That one's a special one. But most of the sorcerers in this game say this. There are more worlds than those you can see. And there are a few that you might talk to that say something else. This is the weather... it's not a sorcerer, I don't know. Astrologer? Who's Nen? Who's Nen? Where is Nen? Are you Nen? Ah, Nen. So you want to know about Pefley. We were once good friends, but lately have gone by different paths. Pefley was always a spineless coward who wasn't good at anything. Through a series of deceptions, he managed to secure a post as a spy. I don't know why Valkyrie hired him, unless of course he managed to keep his cowardice a secret. Have you seen that? I may not have a job, but I do have my honor. I had to talk to Nen twice to get this. That's interesting. I may not have a job. Oh, no, there's no comma. But I do have my honor. Comma? Why is that a comma? Oh. No. I don't know, that's kind of weird. I mean, I guess the usual rule is like a comma before a quote, but then there's another quote. It's like a triple quote. That's kind of rare. They also put double spaces after periods in this, so kind of follows certain typographical conventions. Anyhow, I wanted to write that down just in case I have to type it in exactly. There have been times where I have to type in a password or something, and I've wondered how accurate you have to be. It seems they're case insensitive, at least. I did test that much. Anyway, so now we take the boat a third of the way across the world again to go back to Pefli, I guess. So we've gained a phrase which may convince him to become honorable or something. Encourage him to do what is right. I don't know. This quest has been like the weakest quest in the game so far, so if I sound like I'm complaining about it, it's like, it's because it's less motivated than anything else that has come before, in my opinion. It's really odd. Yeah, yeah, maybe he's like brainwashed, and this is a code word to awaken his programming. And he'll kill the noble that is supposed to give me the password. I don't know. Let's find out. We're back at the castle. At least that wasn't too far. Really, like, the distance to places feels like how many dragons did it run into? That's what kind of motivates how long it feels. You tell Pefli Nen's story, and his eyes widen in terror. "'Tis true, I am but a coward. Please don't tell Valkyrie, for I am in line for a promotion. What can I offer to ensure your silence?" Pefli is almost in tears as you ask him for the miracle ear. "Fine, here it is, but don't tell anyone how you came about it, and most of all, do not tell a soul of what you know about me." You break off the conversation, but Pefli continues to mumble to himself. "Now, I'll tell the king I was attacked by a flock of dragons who demanded the miracle ear." Yeah, that could work. Okay. So I don't want to give back the miracle ear just yet. Look, it's like got an actual ear icon. That's neat. I don't want to give back the miracle ear. I actually want to go to that. You haven't told anyone, have you? Asks a jittery Pefli. Jittery Pefli. That sounds hilarious. Okay, so I hope if I give it up here, I'm going to reload the save because I want to go to that island and talk to the monsters. "You've done well, but matters have grown worse. Because of our inability to communicate, trade with the island city has ceased. Our people are suffering and the coffers are empty. Certainly this is what Valkyrie had wanted, but I still answer to the people under my jurisdiction and thus dispute Valkyrie's authority. Pefli will certainly report if I go directly. So I ask you to act as my agent and re-establish trade with the people of Grethel. Mayor McMemble, a hobgoblin, is the person to speak to." Okay. That I can do. And at least it's somewhere nearby, which actually makes sense because, you know, it's their main trading partner, apparently. It's kind of weird, though. Like, the way this game... It lets you go everywhere. Like, you can go to the end of almost all the dungeons, except this Ironthread dungeon, which I can't enter without a password. Not far into the game. Like, as soon as you have the means to try... As soon as you can afford a boat... I'm pressing the wrong button. I was pressing 5. Causing me to attack nothing. I'll refill my food. What was I saying? Yeah, like you can find out all sorts of things. It would have been neat if like people talked more about this trade disruption. I hope that's not it. This is the island. Okay. See, I don't have a good map. I just have this thing that, like, I've drawn out some paths and where things are connected, but I don't really know the proportions very well. So I'm just kind of winging it, getting to places. But this will be cool. Now I can talk to everybody in town. Now this is a human. And she's actually she's not a human. She's an alien, a space alien like me. I'm a fixer. I'm here to fix things. But she's in the form of a human. I'm in the form of... I think I'm in the form of a dwarf? I don't know. Hermst. Take a clock into Ironthread. Why would it be wise for me to bring a clock into Ironthread? I have a clock. But why? What's in my inventory now? Miracle Ear. Yeah, I'll go get my clock before I go in there, but... Welcome to Grethel. Be sure to visit the blacksmith. I just did. Trisk's Glovery. Why doesn't the blacksmith have a fun sign? Is this the hobgoblin? You tell Mayor McMemble your message of renewed trade with Sir Rodagarn. The mayor gladly embraces the offer. To celebrate, he offers you delicacies which to anyone other than a hobgoblin appear utterly revolting. Monsters are rather civilized folk, despite our rank odor, says McMemble. Enjoy your stay. Okay. How are you enjoying your stay now that you can understand us? Asks McMemble. It's more interesting. I used to kill creatures such as yourself, says the ogre with a smile. Fear us not, we monsters are civilized. A good night. The troll seems content to slobber all over himself and does not respond to you. Okay. No, I do not want to play a game of 3 crowns up. For we creatures have an undeserved reputation for brutality. Every man's eatery. You short, the giant observes. My name is Blair. I know of a tricky puzzle found in Ironthread, which, ooh, I think I need to know this. I once inhabited the Agorn. Well, I think of the lizard man from the episode of Star Trek where Kirk has to assemble a gun from like a piece of cactus, saltpeter, and carbon, whatever the ingredients for gunpowder are. Yeah, this one has way too many arms for that, so... Anyway, I once inhabited the dank catacombs and came across a cunning adventurer. Took an instant disliking to me. He drew his sword and attacked. I got the better of him. However, as he lay dying, he muttered the word Kavengabur. Kavengabur. Cave and Burr. Kavengver. Is this an anagram? I don't know. Cool. I'll surely need that in the tower. So it would have been cool if I had like learned about this relationship between the two cities and before this quest, because I could have gone. I had come here a long time ago. Like this. Even this. This is a useful hint for a quest you would have done a long time before you get this ear. So. A city ordinance prevents me from sucking the life force from your body, says the Lich. I guess I'm lucky, yes. You're not doing that to me. Okay. So that was fun. A two-person effort. But still, yes. This is incredibly impressive. Despite my dislike of the traveling gameplay at this stage of the game. Alright, so we got a tip for Ironthread, which surely will be important, actually. And now I can go back to the castle. Actually, while I'm here, might as well get started with the other castle because it's close by, I think. Okay, that is Davenhoven. So Davenhoven, where's my map? Or Draxen, rather. So Castle Infinitum is up this way. There's the autosave, which I will never use and never disable. That is my pledge to the autosave system. Do I want to go around this way? Yeah, it's probably best. Oh, stupid wizard cat got me asleep. Four hits. I should really heal. Yeah, so I know just north of here is Castle Infinitum. I don't think I can see it from the shoreline, but I guess part of it is like there's a delay on like every thing that happens that like I can't just rapidly tap the keys and have the inputs all go through. So I'm constantly like tapping too fast. Okay, so I'm gonna disembark. Deal with all these skeleton creatures. And try to locate Castle Infinitum. Okay, I think I found it. Oh no! It's Roaldia. And when I get surrounded like this, it's not a threat, it's just, it takes a lot of time because now you have to wait for all these attacks in between every attack. Like that's, the threat is of wasted time. Every dragon is just this drain of time. I thought infinitum was like just... Oh, it must be on the other side of these mountains. But I also feel that, like, it would take very little to alleviate some of my worst pains of this game. Like, it wouldn't have to change much. And it is possible that there are tweaks to it in the modern version. I don't actually know. Okay, I'm gonna take this river. It's not really a river, is it? Or maybe. It's a wide river. There we go. The path to Castle Infinitum. Maybe I'll remember this for later. Because I'm going to have to come back here. You want to fight? Okay, so I should get this quest started. Get out of my way, guard. Okay. Sir Ementhor looks over you carefully. So you inquire about the password to Ironthread, do you? King Valkyrie confided in me but half of its text, but this was when Valkyrie was his normal self. As you know, something is askew in his mind. You've noticed, no doubt, the parched and barren landscape surrounding this castle. It was not always this desolate. Valkyrie has magically altered the weathered patterns of this region causing a great drought to kill our crops. I'm now at the mercy of King Valkyrie just to provide enough food for my people. I do not know why Valkyrie is prone to such cruelty so suddenly, but I would give anything to have things restored to normal. I will give you half of the password if you would do me one small favor. I want you to make it rain and end the drought. Valkyrie is suspicious of all I do, so I leave it to you to speak to Hornets, the resident meteorologist, who is an expert in such matters. Return to me after the drought is ended. Drought? I think people usually say drought. That word always looked like drought to me. Is ended, and I shall tell you my half the password. And I think there's another meaning of the word that is pronounced draft, but it's so wait, Hornets, is he the guy that's up here? The one I would need to speak to is going to be in Randaway. That's the cartographer. So there's a meteorologist in this castle as well? I'm gonna hunt around this castle for a meteorologist. Heltimer, these obscure. This is the bank. I now have 30,000. My money has doubled. The interest rate of the bank is quite high, I would say. Higher than you might expect. Here's Hornets. So you say you can help us overcome the effects of the drought. drought. Draft, drought, drought. It's not going to be easy, but I've learned a good deal about weather control in my study. The only thing which can make the clouds rain is storm dust, a very unique powder. It does not originate in the powdered state, but rather storm dust is made of a rare purple rock, which very rarely falls from the heavens. The rock must be struck by lightning for reasons twofold. First, the force of the bolt blasts the rock into the fine powder necessary for it to be scattered out amongst the clouds. And second, the great charge of electricity ionizes the substance, giving it necessary polarization to create rain. You must find this rare substance, find out how to get it struck by a bolt of lightning, and also figure out how to transfer the dust high into the sky. And take note, the lightning needed to charge the rock must be real lightning, not the pseudo bolts created by countless spells. Only a true bolt will do the trick. Okay. This is what the balloon is for. This is why I bought that stupid balloon. It was not to improve my inventory. I'm going to put crushed rock. I'm going to put the Saturnian rock in it. Okay. So I have the saturnium rock. I mean, he basically laid it out, but I'm also not sure, like, if I need to do it in a special place. I feel like I should talk to the weather, the mage that knows about weather in Randaway before I do anything, but I also need to get the balloon. And I've forgotten where I put my ship. I did not leave my ship down here. I left my ship where the mountains stopped, I think. At the end of the river, yeah. There it is. Okay. So let's circle around. Let's go to Castle Griswold first. Where's this? Stupid wizard. So we'll go to Griswold, then I'll go to Randaway to see the meteorologist. And I will need to pick up my balloon at some point. So I do like this aspect of the game where, like, you explore the world, you take notes on everything, and then you have quests that lead you to go around to the things you took notes of, but you have to take notes of everything. Perhaps life will return to normal. I now must ask for the miracle ear. So now I can't get that tip about Kavengaber. My half is Igbol. Igbol. You will never tell me this again. My service has been noted. He will never tell me the password again. Good gravy. This guard is blocking a long corridor. Hi there, Jan Lantan. We're on a multi-part quest to get the ultimate sword, I think. First, we need to get a password to get into the tower. To get the password, I need to change the weather. To do that, I need to get my balloon. But I also need to figure out where to launch the balloon. And kind of how. But there's a meteorologist in Randaway, which I thought this was the island, but I'm not sure. Actually, no, this is the island. I was right. In front of the clock tower as the DeLorean goes by, perhaps. Another Enigma wave. Let's refill our food. Though, I don't know if all this food would last me to the end of the game at this point. Okay. You. Show up on Rundledrum. You want to summon lightning, do you? I can provide you with a scroll to do so, but first I've sadly fallen in short supply of magic cheese. It can be bought in Pibsley. Bring me some and the scroll is yours. They need the cheese. I knew I would need the cheese at some point. I made a note about that, like, way near the start of the game. Okay. So I need some cheese to get the scroll. While I'm going there, I can pick up my... apparently it's magic cheese. I just thought it was the best cheese. That's what they seem to say. It was the best cheese in all the land or whatever. I hate these dragons. Okay. Free from that dragon for a moment. So I've got to go back to Excelsior on the way to Pibsley. Oh, no, I don't want to go in here. So at this point, I need to get the cheese, the balloon and the cheese to give to the meteorologist, who will give me a lightning spell, which I will take to the castle to put a rock that I found into the balloon and get it struck by lightning so that it will change the weather. That is the quest I'm on. And by changing the weather, I will have appeased the king of that castle, who will give me half of a password that will get me into the tower that has the most powerful sword in the game or something. And once I have that sword, maybe I'll be able to confront the Mad King Valkyrie, who has been taken over by some evil spirit, which is the overall goal of this game. Return the Mad King to normal, I guess. So that's the stack of quests that that I'm currently on. Give me the empty balloon. I also want I guess both of my clocks. So I don't think I need the pile of lead. And I don't think I need the almanac anymore, because the almanac was how I made this elixir. What do I need the loot for? Why did I learn the magic spell? What is it for? Or it's not a spell. Like, it's... I could play a pleasant melody. Does this have any effect on the game? It was such a long quest to get that skill, and it has had no effect on the game so far, and I don't know if it will at all. Okay. I need to get cheese. Thankfully, the place that has cheese is not really that far from here. I might be able to see it from the... I think that's it there. Just clean up these skeletons and monsters. Okay, Pibsley. Is this the cheese maker? Locksmithery. Who makes the cheese? Do you make the cheese? Wish to buy some magic cheese? I'll sell you some for 100 gold. It can only be produced from the milk of the magic cows of the north, and they are currently in hibernation. Yeah, you could have charged 10,000 at this point. Here's the magic cheese, and just in time, too. This is the last of my supply. I used to have much more, but a family of magic mice has been merciless in nibbling it away. I now have magic cheese. That's a good icon. I wonder if this special items page has characters that are not in any other screen, because you never have to see these things in the world, I don't think. Or no, the magic lantern, I don't know. But the magic lantern is like the regular lantern. Yeah, I doubt they would do unique things for that screen or something. Okay. You need a powerful sword to win the game. It's Ultima 2's plot. It's a lot of games plots, though. To be fair. And it's not just the sword. I need the elixir. I need the glass jar for some reason. I need the gem of something or other. Severance. So I need the crystal jar, the gem of severance, the glistening elixir, and the sword. So I don't know. It's not just a sword. Not just a sword. Okay, so I'm headed back to that island. Has pivoted? How is that a pivot? I started playing Excelsior in December, and I wasn't sure how long it was going to be. I was hoping to finish it in December. But I feel very close to the end at this point, so I want to finish the game. I want to be done with it and return to enemy Tempest of Violence. December has outgrown December because I'm not finished with this game. It's really hard to see how far you've gone when you're in this featureless ocean, but at least in this game, it's not like Ultima where you could just go forever in the ocean if you picked the wrong spot to go. There are edges to this world. Alright. Cheese for the meteorologist. No. Talk. Ah, my magic cheese. Shoban snatches the cheese from you and takes a big mouthful. Here's the scroll. It will create lightning, but you can only use it at the summit of the highest mountain in all of the land. This summit can be found in the mountain range along the northwest coast near the Sterling Cliffs. Shoban devours the rest of the cheese in an alarmingly few bites. An alarmingly few bites. It's curious grammar to me. Doesn't sound quite right. I've aided you all I can, leading me to my studies. Okay, so I have the stuff, and I've been given... Where's the... Okay. Ancient parchment. Okay. So, I've been told where to go. This game hasn't had 30 years of continuous development. No, like this game was done in 1994. It's just it has been, I don't know, the Windows version is updated. I don't know how updated it is. I assume they fix some or make some things a little better, but I don't know. But I feel like they probably didn't want to touch the DOS version. They just left it as it is. So, like, I mean, I would have a couple suggestions about minor tweaks to this game. I don't know if you can fix this late game teleport. Well, the need for a teleport or just alleviation of this whole tedium of travel in some way or other. I want a flying machine. That's what I want. I want an airship. But that feels like a major change. But my main complaints are just that, like, a lot of people say things that you need to know only once, and then you can never get them to say them again. And aside from that, there were a couple things where I felt, because of the amount of other things in the world that seem to fit what you need to do, there were just a few points where I just needed like one more person to say one more detail about what's the correct thing to do next. I don't know. But those, it seemed like those could be easily added. There was the point where the answer to a riddle was shadow, and I felt like I needed one more hint, and in that cave there was one sign that was blank for some reason. And that felt like that could have easily been the one more hint I would have needed to get the word shadow. I mean, I did get the word shadow, sort of. Jan Lantan suggested projection, and that sort of hinted shadow to me. So it was a collaborative effort, I'd say. But I felt like it should have had a tip that, like one more clue in the riddle that hinted towards shadows in some way, because I felt like a shadow wasn't a unique answer to the prompts that I was given, which was doesn't exist in 0D, exists in one. It's a 1D thing in 2 dimensions, and it's a 3D thing in 4 dimensions. Okay, we're getting close to where we needed to go. Okay. So I think the highest mountain in the world is... Oh, I thought it was down here. Maybe it's further over here. Okay, over here. Yeah. There it is. That sign. This is it. Sterling Summit. Highest point in Lysandia. Elevation 1971 cubits. So I dropped the empty balloon, and maybe I don't know, maybe I need to pick up the empty balloon. Let's see what happens if I use the ancient parchment here. You begin chanting the words on the scroll. Upon completing it, the scroll crumbles into dust. Suddenly the sky darkens. The wind picks up, and lightning bolts begin to fly from the clouds in a violent fury. After a few minutes, the lightning storm dissipates, having produced no noticeable effect. Good thing I saved. All right, so... Can I use the balloon? Put something in the balloon's basket. Oh, so the using the rock didn't work when I had the balloon on the ground. Okay, so I can use the balloon. I have a loaded balloon. The balloon rises into the sky. Oh, there it goes. Okay, we got it. You begin chanting the words on the scroll. Upon completing it, the scroll crumbles to dust, and suddenly the sky darkens, the wind picks up, and lightning bolts begin to... Okay, all that stuff happened already. Suddenly a bolt of lightning strikes the balloon as it floats up toward the clouds. The saturnium rock held in the basket is blasted into pieces, and the great wind accompanying the lightning carries the resultant dust and into the sky. In moments, the clouds open up and begin pouring rain. Wonderful. We did it. I should heal. Hi there, DR Taylor. How's it going? So I think I can just go north here to the castle. Alright. Let's see what this guy thinks of what I've done. Rain, it's raining again. You have done a great service to my people. As agreed, I will give you my half of the password. But first I want you to know that I give it to you in confidence. Do not tell anyone else. Ibr. IBBR-IGBL. I have thought about what you may need in the depths of Ironthread. Heltimer possesses a special key which may be of use to you. Find him and request the object. Okay. So I finally got rid of that stupid balloon, which I thought was going to increase my inventory, but it was no such thing. Heltimer's over here. We met him earlier. Very well. I have no use for it. I used to use it to wind my clock, but the key possesses some enchantment which makes it unfit for normal use. Perhaps you know of a mechanism that the key works with. So I have a fine key. Well, I have a clock. I have two kinds of clocks. We found a use for the key yet? I don't know. Code Vein. Oh. I've never played that one. Thank you again for relieving the drought. Drought. Could not have come at a more crucial time. Hey, your mom. Oh, I forgot to pin the link to this. Have I found the wood shavings? Wood shavings? There was a town called Woodshade. Is that what you mean? Excelsior means wood shavings. Oh. I feel like this came up a while ago. Like someone said it, but I don't think it applies to the game as far as I know. I forgot to pin this. Maybe you brought it up before. Okay. I may be entering the final dungeon of the game. I was just given the other half of the password to enter this tower that's been locked, and it's the last place I haven't been. I think this will be ending soon? When did I say that? Why am I taking that? There's my boat. Well, I said at the start of the stream that I think I'm close to the end, so that's why I'm playing right now instead of waiting until tomorrow. But that's just... I'm just saying I think this will be the last stream of this game, because probably this is it. There's always more. The thing is, like, I really like the stuff that happens. It's just this tedium of traveling around the world so many times. That's what's wearing me down a bit. We are too powerful for these creatures to have any consequence except wasting my time. And that's not enjoyable. I didn't feel that way about Ultima, but I haven't played Ultima 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. But it wasn't a problem with Ultima. Ultima, there was at least Ultima 1. I didn't play the 1984 remake of it. But to me, the most tedious part of Ultima was that all the dungeons were the same, or like that was the weirdest part of Ultima, that how all the dungeons were the same. So I basically just avoided doing them and only did one dungeon. Yeah, Ultima 1 was amazing. But, like, I didn't feel that combat with monsters was super tedious like this. Like, this part of the game has lots of multi-step, you know, get this from this part of the world. Like, I had to go back and forth across the world like 4 times for one half of the password, and then I had to do the same for like the other half of the password. And the events at each end were interesting and neat and cool, but getting attacked at a distance by randomly appearing dragons constantly as you're trying to get your ship across the world, it's just, it's not fun. Ultima 4 combat. So in Ultima 4, it goes into a separate, like, combat mode. And there's, like, a grid where you have your battle, rather than things just appearing on... Okay, that starts in Ultima 3. Okay. So, the keep, I think, is just over here. Part of it is just that it is unclear. Like, I can't tap the buttons faster to make the battle go faster, and if I tap too fast, nothing happens. It just ignores my input. And the delays are kind of arbitrary and hard to guess what they are. So it's just, it doesn't feel good. I can't get good at the combat. It just... I don't know. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people complain about Ultima 2. I'll play Ultima 2 when I do. Like, I don't expect to love everything about a game. I like a lot of things about this game. But it does have this this aspect of tedium of travel. That's what it is. It's the traveling across the world. And there were a few points where there was just... There were 3 points so far, I think, or in the last stream only, that I looked up the hint guide just because... One, I couldn't figure out what to do. Well, 2 of those times I couldn't figure out what to do. And one of them, I was kind of red herringed, and there were like a couple of options, and I wasn't sure which was the right one. And it just taking so long to get around. But I don't know. I don't want to talk about this game in terms of Ultima, because like I haven't played these games. I can't really compare them. So the comparison is lost on me. I've only played Ultima 1. Ultima 1, I did not find it tedious to travel around the world. I didn't find... The monsters were way less frequent than this game. And yeah, like, do I have to equip? I don't know what the handless shield does. I don't know if this means I could equip 2 weapons, maybe. Now that I have the handless shield, to be honest, maybe I could pick up a second. Actually, here. No, I can only hold 1 sword, so I don't know what the handless shield does. Maybe with the handless shield, I think axes you need 2 hands, so you can't equip a shield or something. Or maybe the crossbow you need 2 hands, so maybe you could use the handless shield with the 2-handed weapon. Maybe that's what the point of the handless shield is. I'm not actually sure. I think it just doesn't apply because I'm a warrior class, so my weapon's the sword, and that's a one-handed weapon. Okay, so I could talk to this sign from the beginning, but it wouldn't say anything. Now I have a password, which is either IBBR IGBL or it's IGBL IBBR. Ibrigbol. Igbol Ibr. Okay. There were only 2 possibilities for which half comes first. Or, well, I guess there's other possibilities too. So this tower had been locked until now. And for some reason, it's dark. Even though I have a magic lantern. I wonder if I'll fight chromatic dragons here. Okay, that's a way down. That's where I just came. Oh, there are... I'm not liking that this is our final dungeon. No, that went back up. Well, we'll see. Like, I'm not going to map this. I don't want to map this. I'm just going to always go left. See where it takes me. No, I don't want to go up. I like mapping games sometimes. Well, I mean, I liked mapping the world. I drew a map of the world, but, like, I don't want to map, Is that left? No, this is left. Lobster box? I don't know the phrase lobster box. But I'm realizing... there were only 2 ladders up on the first floor. Have there been anti-left-hand rule dungeons? Most dungeons you can see around, like, there wouldn't be a left-hand rule. Like, the only reason I'm applying it here is because I can't see where I'm going. And that's only been... there was one other dungeon, and it wasn't a maze. It was a deliberately tedious spiral. sometimes you have to always go right. Perhaps. So yeah, there could be a loop that breaks always going left or always going right. That's a ladder up. This is not what I expected. This is not what I was hoping for. But please explain lobster blocks. I would like to know about that. That's another ladder going up. But the problem is, this could easily not be left-handable by having to go both up and down, like between floors to disconnected sections. I did enter. I'm inside a tower, yeah. Lobster box is a loop. Who calls it a lobster box? Is it just like somebody who traps lobsters made a game and called it that or something? You're a computer science instructor. Okay. I've never heard this term before. Ah, it's another up ladder. Is up the new down? Well, you go up into the tower. Oh! You're pointing out to me that I want to go up. Yeah, perhaps. I'm totally disoriented. So there are dungeons where you have to go down, and there are towers where you have to go up. I see, okay. Man, I feel... No, that was the left path. Okay, so let's say I don't want to go down then. So all the other towers were 4 floors. Okay, so that's definitely a... There was never a one... This is not what I wanted. This is the opposite of what I wanted from this game, but... What? I feel like I've gone up too many floors, because all the other towers were 4 floors. And all the dungeons were 4 floors. It was very consistent. Does this really have to be mapped? I think this has to be mapped. I don't want to map this. This is insane. Anyway, I haven't seen anything that looks like a loop, so maybe left hand is fine, except with the ladders going between levels, I don't know. You could create a loop that way. But this is a place of despair. I just want out of this. I want past this portion of the game. This is not... that feels like I've been here before. I still have my magic lantern, right? Hasn't been, like, taken from me. Yeah. I never got the... Oh no, I do have Luminaire. What happens if I cast Luminaire? No, nothing. So... See, the thing is, at the start of the game, like when you enter a dungeon, it would be dark, but you could see a little further than this, like one more tile. But then you could use a torch or a lantern and you could see further. Okay. This is discouraging. This is really discouraging. Especially with the guy. So they gave me... Somebody gave me a key, a fine key. And said I should bring a clock to the tower. Well, I did want it to give me something new to do, but not this. I don't want to cast a spell, so let's use the clock. Okay, so if I use the key, it winds a clock. Why do I want to wind a clock? The time resuming normal was so I used my two clocks. One of them is the mystic timepiece. It's supposed to freeze time for a short period of freeze time for everyone else but me for a short period of time. Whereas the clock, the fine key wound the clock. So I guess that was correct to do. But why? Someone said I needed a clock. Someone gave me a key. I just brought both of these clocks because it's the two clocks you can get in the game. And someone said Kavangabur was a word spoken to them. It was like a monster in the monster town said Kavangabur. was the last thing an adventurer had said to them before they died in this place. Do I need grid paper? I think I need to find some grid paper. I think I need to approach this tomorrow. This is too much. I don't think I can handle this dungeon tonight. So I think I'm going to have to call it here. So this wasn't the last stream. There will be at least one more. But I want to get some grid paper. I don't know where I put my grid paper. I have some ideas of where it might be, but it's not at hand. So yeah, the clock is mysterious. Let me write this down. Clock plus key question mark. So yeah, like we're at the point. So near the beginning of the game, or not at the beginning of the game, but like you find an astrologer in some town who says that I will eventually need 4 special items, and some man will tell me at the right time what I need to do with them. Which, I mean, that's basically what we've got. We've got one more. We've got to find this sword, and that'll be the 4th item. But so everything is fulfilled pretty much. But yeah, I'm gonna have to map this maze because the game doesn't let you, like, if I could see it, if I could use a torch and see more of the maze, then I'd be fine. But I need to map this, I guess. Or, I mean, the hint guide does have maps of this. I could just use that, I guess. But I don't know. Do I want to? Do I want to map it myself, or do I want to look at a map and a hint guide? I'm not sure which one I want right now. Right now, I don't want to do either. Yeah, well, once you get the magic lantern, the special eyes increase the range that you can see, but then you get the magic lantern, and you could just dungeons stop having a range that you could see. You would just see everything at once. Except in one floor where it said darkness prevails, and it was a spiral. It wasn't a maze, it was just a spiral. So this is clearly a dungeon where, you know, torches and eyesight have been disabled for whatever reason. Okay. So, let's drop that broadsword that I don't need. I like that I'm just like leaving piles of gold lying around because the banks here have ridiculous interest rates. Like, my money has kind of doubled twice in something like 8 hours, I don't know, of play. But this tower has broken my will to continue for now, so I'm going to stop. And I think I'm going to come back with graph paper tomorrow. Ugh. Okay.